Hi, I'm Anita. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be making a wire wrapped hair comb. I'll have links in the description box that'll apply to all the products used in today's tutorial. So if you click more below the video, you'll get all the details, including a link to my website. Now I'm going to be making this wire wrap cone using beads from my stash. And let me show you real quick an example of what I made in the past. I don't have these in stock anymore because I sold them all. But here is a quick picture of what you can do with a little bit of simple 24 gauge wire and just an assortment of, I've got Keishi beads or Keishi pearls and seed beads and pearls. And really creative thing that you can do just with some wire wrapping and a couple of hair combs. You can get these at a craft store, any craft store I believe. So pretty simple to do. So that's kind of what we're working on today. Not this particular pair. However, we are going to be using these materials right here that you see in front of you. Alright, so let me just quickly review what we have here. I've got some copper wire here. This is a 26 gauge copper wire, very thin. And the reason you need it really thin is because these Keishi pearls, or I think they're called Keishi pearls, have a very small hole, and a regular standard 20 gauge wire would not fit through these. So that's why you need a really thin wire. So here's a couple of different types of pearls that we're doing. These are like a blue iris color, just beautiful. They have an irregular shape to them, so they work perfect for this because this is going to be a freeform design. I'm just going to do it. I don't have a particular pattern in mind. I'm just going to put these together and you can see what it's going to look like as we progress. And these are the other pearls. It's kind of an iridescent gray, just beautiful. And here I have some 11-0 Miyuki seed beads in a Capri blue. These are some 8-0 seed beads, and it's kind of a metallic gold. I wanted to get something close to the copper color without going yellow gold, so these will kind of blend in nicely because this is a copper comb, so I'm using copper wire. And then I've got some little 3mm glass pearls here. For tools, you're going to need nylon pliers to smooth your wire if you need to. I've got a little crimping tool here to tuck in any sharp edges, and some wire cutters. Alright, so let me clear my area and we'll get started. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, just get you familiar with the comb here. There's either side, doesn't matter. I believe that looks like the back side there because it's a little flatter, and you'll notice that the front side is a little more, has a little bit more of a curve. You feel the top here if you need to know which side is right and which side's the wrong side. So I believe that's the back side of the comb. So in order to guesstimate how much wire you're going to need, I'm going to start with about 12 inches of my copper wire here. So I'm just going to cut a 12-inch piece to start because it's kind of hard to do wire wrapping if you have a longer piece than that doing your comb. So what I'm going to do now that I've cut my wire, I'm going to just kind of smooth it out by running my nylon pliers across the wire like that. Now if you don't have that, that's fine. You can use your fingers, and that just helps, you know, get the kinks out, and it will go through the holes in your comb a little easier. So to start, I'm going to bring my wire through a loop at the end, like so. And I'm going to bring this down and through. And I'm going to use my little wire crimping tool to feed it through. So I'm looping it around, and I'm going to pass it through again, kind of like threading it. And I'm going to pull it like that, and I'm going to pop it through again. Grab the other end here, pull that through, And I'm just going to lay this across. That little wire is going to get tucked behind some pearls. So I'm just going to leave it in place, smush it down over the comb. And then I'm going to start picking up some of my beads. So I'm going to start with 3 of my 8/0s in the metallic gold. I'm just going to pick those up, let them fall down like so. And I'm going to just bring this around just like that, lay it right on top, and then I'm going to feed my wire kind of where the 11/0 or the 8/0 ends through the next available hole. So I'll pull that through like that. And that's going to let those lay nice and flat on your comb. So now I'm going to pick up 3 more of my 11/0s in the gold. Let those come down on your wire, and I'm just going to bend this over like so, just kind of push those into place. And I'm going to come into the next hole here like so. Just pass your wire through, pull that through, and you can twist these around like that. Now I'm going to come up through this next hole, the next hole in line, right there. And there's no right or way, wrong way to do this. You can just come at random through any hole that you want to, attach something, and then just pick up your beads. Let them set down on here. We've got a little gap here, but that's okay. We're going to cover it up with some other beads. So I'm right here. I'm just going to bring my needle through the hole behind where the beads end, right there. Just like that. Now I'm going to come up through the next hole, and I'm going to repeat this all the way across. Let's try and get my beads back down. And this is all random, so you just pick up a few beads and continue the process. So I just wanted to have this kind of as a base. So here I am, right here. I'm going to come down through the hole right here, pull my wire through, just like that. That's what we have so far. So now I'm going to come back up this next to the last hole here, pull my wire up, try to get that to come down nice and flat, and I'm going to pick up 2 of my 8/0s in the gold right there to finish this off, and I'm going to come through the last hole. And if your wire twists on you, just turn it around like this to make it easy to pull the wire through. So this is what we have so far. I'm going to smooth my wire out again, just to make it easy for it to pass through. All right, so now I'm going to pick up some of my Keishi pearls. So to do this, I think I'm going to pick up first a 11/0 in the Capri blue, like that, and then I'm going to pass through a Keishi pearl and another 11/0 in the blue, like that. I'm going to bring that down. Now I'm going to bring this underneath the comb. Instead of going through a hole, I've pushed this flat onto my comb, and I'm just going to let the wire come up. Try to hold your 11/0 in place and bring the wire up like so, so that that rests on top. Now I'm going to pick up a white pearl, like that. Let it drop. It doesn't matter where. And then I'm just going to bring this wire down through, up, and around the comb. You're just wrapping it up. Now I'm going to pick up an 8/0, one of my Keishi beads in the dark iris blue, and another 8/0 in the gold. Bring that down. Just let it fall wherever. And then let your wire come through the comb like that. Bring it around. I'm going to pick up another white pearl. Bring that down and let it rest on top. And just kind of hold it in place and then wrap your wire through the comb like so. Now I'm going to pick up some 11/0s in the blue. Like that, and I'm just doing random patterns here. I'm letting that fall in place, and I'm going to come back and just let it fall through the comb. I'm resting the beads on top, and I'm going to bring my wire through wherever the comb lies, and I've got a little strand of Capri blue there, just a little pop of color. Now I'm going to come through, pick up another 11/0 in Capri blue, one of my gray Keishi beads. I may be pronouncing this wrong. I believe it's Keishi or Keishi, one of the two. Now we're going to pick up another 11/0, like so. And I'm going to feed this down and try to twist this so that it's sitting on top, like that. And I'm just going to let my wire come through the comb wherever it falls into place. Now I'm going to pick up a white pearl, bring that down wherever it falls into place. Now I'm going to bring this through the comb, the wire through the comb, wire back, and it's nice and neat. You keep it nice and flat. You're not going to have any snags, and the wire where we started is already buried beneath where we did our first row. So from here, going to pick up one of my dark blue Keishi beads, put that on, let it rest on top like so, and my wire is going to come right through where that comb is in position with that. Now I'm going to pick up another white pearl and let it come down on your wire. If I can get this little guy to stay on here, he keeps jumping off. There we go. So we're going to let him fall right there, and I'm going to let him rest right on top, and I'm going to bring my wire through the comb, like so. So I've got some wire left. I'm going to go ahead and come back this direction and add some more beads. So right here, I'm going to pick up probably, let's see, I think I'm going to pick up a galvanized gold and a light gray bead, pearl, and another 8/0 in the gold, like that. That's what I have on there. Now I'm going to fold it back this way because I want it to kind of lay on top, like so. Now I'm going to bring my wire through the comb closest to where you're ending up, right there. And that just kind of adds another layer here, and I'm going to come back across. So I've got some wire left here. I think at this point I'm going to bring this around. I'm going to go ahead and end this wire. And it doesn't matter that your wire shows. I'm just going to kind of tuck this in, come under the comb, bring the wire back like so. And I'm going to bring my wire through one of the wires in the back like so, and pull that with my skinny pliers here. So let's see if we can get underneath one of these. So I've got it coming through right there through the back. I'm just pulling this through, straighten this out, pull this through. And it takes some maneuvering to get the wire to do what you need, and just pull it straight through like so. So that conceals that wire right there to finish that off. And you can go ahead and do this. You can wrap again, and you can cut this wire off right here to finish that off. And then if you have anything sticking out, just use your pliers to tuck that down like that. We'll push this piece down here. And that's the start of doing a wire wrapped comb. So to continue, I'm going to get another 12-inch piece of wire. So we'll cut that off. And I'm going to smooth it out with my nylon pliers, like so. And I'm just going to start at this end, bring it through the hole at the very end, and I'll work my way back the other direction. So I've got it wrapped right here like so, and I'm going to bring this around through the comb like that, pull it through, bring it back through the comb like that, pull it through, and then turn it back against your work. And we're going to clip this off so we don't have quite a long tail. So I'm going to clip off right here, and we'll smush down the end that's sticking out like that. So now we have another piece of wire to start back on this side, and we're going to meet up with this half here. So from here I'm going to grab an 8/0, a dark blue, and an 8/0. Bring that down just like that. Lay that on top, and if it's at an angle, that's fine. The more random, the better it looks. So now I'm going to bring my wire through the comb right there. That positions that right into place. And if these move around a little bit, no worries. It's just the design of the pattern that you're doing, all random. So now I'm going to pick up a gray. And this time I'm going to pick up a white pearl on each side. So we're going to do a 3mm white pearl first, then the Keishi bead, pearl, and another 3mm. Just bring that down and just let it flow on top like so. It's okay if it covers part of the comb. It's all random, and I'm just going to let it fall in place, and wherever it lines up best, I'm going to bring my wire through the teeth of the comb like so. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to come back through pick up a gold, the dark blue pearl, and another gold. Like so. Just let that fall into place. Bring that around. Bring your wire through, just like that. Now I'm going to pick up one more bead. Let's see, I think I'll do a cluster of white here. And I'm going to do this a little different. I'm going to pick up 3 of my 11/0s, a 3mm in white. And 3 11/0s in the Capri blue, like that. Try to get that to sit in the front. And I'm just going to bring that down like so. And I'm going to come back right about here so that it fits nicely and snug in there like that. Now I'm going to come back over right here. And I think I'm going to, let's see, what do I want? I'll put another dark blue one right here. So I'm going to get a gold 8/0, the dark blue, and a gold. And I'm just going to tuck that in, bring it through the comb like that. And at this point, I'm going to finish this comb off. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the wire around, whichever way you can camouflage it, and it's okay that the wire is going to show. That's part of the decorative feature of this particular type of project. So I'm coming out the back here. So I'm going to bring this around through my comb like so, pull that up. Now I'm going to bring this down through some beads, tuck that through, come through the teeth, and just pull that wire in the back. So I'll wrap that one more time, come through some beads, pull that up, and I'm going to cut this in the back close, like that. And then just take your crimping tool, make sure there's nothing sticking out, and push that in so that there's no rough edges. And you can bend the wire in towards the work and just run your finger across the back, making sure that you didn't miss anything. That's perfect. Isn't that beautiful? So there you have a wire wrapped hair comb. And once it's done, you can kind of curve this a little bit so that way it'll sit on your scalp easier, or you can leave it straight. Now with these types of combs, you're usually going to want to fasten an extra bobby pin to hold it into your hair. I found that trying to wear these, because I have very thin hair, when I try to wear a comb it always falls out. So a word of caution, you might want to slip a bobby pin over the comb and your hair to hold it into place. So I'd sure hate to lose one of those. Absolutely beautiful, nice little island, tropical looking hair comb that you can do. Takes less than 30 minutes to do one of these. So that wraps up today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed today's tutorial. So leave me a comment and give me some feedback on what do you think. Imagine what you can do with this. I mean, you can get some teardrops, do them upside down and have them sticking up. I've even done some hair combs with little leaf accents, you know, popped up at random. Very pretty. You can do seed beads, crystals. Imagine with some bicone crystals, you'll have some nice bling in your hair. Very pretty. All right, I'll have links in the description box below with all the products used in today's tutorial. I also have a website where I sell my jewelry, and you'll see a link to that as well. If you're not a subscriber, I hope you do subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I upload new videos. I also would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. And thanks to all of you who have subscribed and keep coming back to watch and sharing my link. I really do appreciate your return visits. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Happy beading, and I'll see you next time.